Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. I am the Master of Bastards, Travis Boyd, here to peruse the news so you don't have to. And once again, I have to remind you this show is rated for an 18-plus audience. If you are not 18, then you really need to back out now. Even if you're easily offended, get the hell out, because it's going to get fucking bad. Alright, first up in the news, yay beer. A group of scientific researchers have released a report saying that even the taste of beer is enough to release dopamine of notable levels in the brain. This is something any regular male can tell you. Researchers gave 49 men a tiny taste equal to a half an ounce of their favorite beer over the course of 15 minutes, which is not enough to do anything. Scans showed an increase of dopamine to the tasting of the beer as opposed to water or sports drinks. See, you got these researchers doing this, and then in an earlier show I discussed the guy about the boobies. I want to know where the hell I can get in as a test subject on one of these. And we still have cancer. Why do we still have cancer? Why aren't we focusing on an important issue here? No, we got to know exactly how far-reaching the taste of beer goes. So, is this a frat house? Something's wrong here. South Florida has something of a problem. Snails. African snails that can grow as big as a rat and gnaws through stucco and plaster after calcium. Can we just coat our homes in salt? Would that take care of everything? I mean, do the whole voodoo thing and just leave a giant salt ring around the outside of your house. I think that might take care of it. You'd have some bare spots on your grass, but I mean, hey, that's worth not having your home chewed apart by a snail, right? Back on the alcohol here, we have drunk booking. A student from the... See, this one makes sense because this was actually done by a college student. A student from the Missouri School of Journalism did a study for his thesis, surveying almost 230 college freshmen about anxiety and loneliness and alcohol and marijuana use. The survey said that students with higher levels of anxiety and alcohol use have spent more time on Facebook than people who have none of that. Which, you're lonely, and that's because you have no friends in real life, so you try to get Facebook friends, which don't count. The anxiety, it's just something your finger can twitch on when you're adding friends left and right. And as for drunk and marijuana use, well, everybody likes to make an ass out of themselves when they're doing that. An examination of cities and countries around the globe have brought to light an interesting fact. The most popular porn harlot in the world is Lisa Ann, best known for starring in Hustler's XXX parody Who's Nailin' Palin? And yes, she played the Sarah Palin part in that film. See, I don't get that because Palin's not that attractive at all in any way, shape, form, or fashion. She's not even all that intelligent. So, what the fuck? Runner-up for the #1 leg spreader was actually Kim Kardashian. Who's... What the shit? I mean, she's kind of cute, but I've seen her and Ray J video. It's mostly him flexing in front of the camera. How the hell is... No, just no. A little bit of odd news. There's actually plans to be a Zombieland TV series with none of the actors. It looks like it contains most of the humor, but none of the actors, once again, which is odd to me. There was a children's book that was actually had a reading done by Samuel L. Jackson. Now, this book is called Go the Fuck to Sleep. And basically the book is something that you read to the child, and every now and then it institutes the joke, go the fuck to sleep. It has an actual story in it, but the story makes no sense, seeing as how it's for children. The disturbing part of this is that it's actually slated to become a film. I honestly don't see how the hell they can do that. It doesn't make sense. 23-year-old Nicholas Gojon was charged with carrying a concealed weapon and disorderly conduct at a McDonald's. Police were called because of a customer complaint that the shift manager went to investigate. The shift manager says that Gojon was not only watching porn on his laptop with McDonald's Wi-Fi, but he was also beating off. Oh, and he'd been there for 9 hours. 9 fucking hours. Who the fuck stays in McDonald's for 9 fucking hours? Like, that's the disturbing part to me. Like, and even if he was wanking, who wanks for 9 hours? Like, you got calluses and blisters, and I mean, like, what was he using the burger grease for lotion? Like, seriously, this is no, this is a no. Gojon claims that he had his hand down his pants to scratch. Now, that's something I see a lot of guys doing, and this doesn't make sense to me because I'm perfectly capable of scratching my crotch outside of the denim. Like, I mean, how bad does your dick itch that you got to jam your hand down into that motherfucker? Like, goddamn. Yesterday, actually, a birthday was celebrated in Japan. Japanese man Jiromon Kimura has become a Guinness record holder. In his achievement, world's oldest living person at 116 years old. Kimura was born on April 19th, 1897. Why do you want to live that long? I mean, seriously. Like, good for that dude for, sticking it out, but I do not want to live that long. I think I would really rather just hit, like, I don't know, maybe 80. Just call it good. We can just give up. Like, my arthritis is bad enough at 25. I don't want to imagine how bad it's going to be when I hit 80. Like, fuck that shit. And lastly, I'm going to have you listeners out there look up a couple of videos. You can find these on YouTube. First off, we have a preview for a survival horror game called The Evil Within. I would really like you guys to check this out and leave me a comment on what you think about it. It's being made by the guy who made the original Resident Evil series, and it's a live action trailer, so it doesn't actually show you any gameplay. But if it's as good as what the trailer shows, I have very high expectations for this. Secondly, we have a music video by a band called Biting Elbows. The song is Bad Motherfucker. And while personally I think the music's atrocious, and I've actually been kind of pissed off because it's been stuck in my goddamn head all day. I have to give them props for not only the creativity but the ability to pull off the music video that they did. So you guys really need to check that out. Like I said, you can find both of these on YouTube. Once again, I am the Master of Bastards signing off. Have yourself a nice night, and please, please, go fuck yourself.